All right, guys, let's talk about dandelion root. I wanted to make this video about the potential benefits because it is very interesting. I see videos that talk about, hey, it can help with this, that, and the other thing. And I think we're kind of making a jump there because a lot of the studies aren't that conclusive. But I do want to point out that we have a lot of studies that look at the ingredients in dandelion root, and in the lab, they do show certain properties. And I think those are important to point out that we do have a number of potential benefits of dandelion, and that's what I want to cover. But I did want to point out these are just done in the lab, not human studies, okay? So number one is it can potentially lower inflammation. We're talking prostaglandins, interleukins, tumor necrosis factor, a lot of these things. It appears that it can lower inflammation. It can also lower inflammatory cytokines, which we can see in cancer. They actually took a line of liver cancer cells in a lab. It did show promise against those. Just one line of cancer, not necessarily for all cancers. Dandelion also has ingredients that do appear to have antioxidant properties. Also appears to help with urinary stones as far as preventing those crystals that can form in the kidney and work their way down. So, and actually the ingredient that is in dandelion root is called terresterol, and they isolated that, used it against kidney stones. It didn't work that well. The point being, you kind of have to use the whole dandelion plant to get this effect. It has shown antiviral activity in the lab against influenza and even HIV, which was super interesting. Has shown activity as a diuretic, so helping you shed some of that water weight. It's shown activity for GI symptoms, particularly, upset stomach, gas, and gallstones. It has shown activity to be able to stimulate bile secretion. This can become an issue with a lot of people with gut problems. Another thing that can stimulate bile secretion is saturated fats, but dandelion has shown that ability. Interestingly, it's also shown an ability to basically act like an alpha glucosidase inhibitor, which is a class of drugs used to treat diabetes. So we believe that it may increase insulin secretion. Immune function, we talked about the antiviral part, but this is just kind of more overall immune function. And finally, the root contains inulin. The dandelion root contains inulin, which can be used as a food source by certain bacteria. So it may almost act as a prebiotic, probiotic type substance. Now, again, let me remind you guys, these are lab studies. This is far from being proven. But when something shows that it can act in a certain way in a lab, there's potential that it could help with that exact condition. But the problem is we don't have a lot of studies showing that. So just some food for thought. Let me know in the comments, guys, other topics you want me to cover. For example, the dandelion root one was suggested by a viewer. I have others in the queue. I want to cover topics that are helpful for you guys. As a pharmacist, people are particularly asking me about supplements, medications. I also cover a lot of nutritional stuff that has come about from my own health journey, so I share that as well. But any other stuff, let me know, and I will do my best to cover that, put out helpful content. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.